Ellis Island. One of the most recognized and symbolic landmarks in America. From 1892 to 1954, Ellis Island was the site of the nation's busiest immigration inspection station. A tiny 27-acre landmass in the New York harbor, Ellis Island became the gateway for over 12 million immigrants as they entered the United States to begin their new life in America. Have you been to Ellis Island? Have you stood on the same ground where immigrants from Europe, Asia, and Africa looked across the waters of the New York harbor to see the Statue of Liberty? Have you gazed upon the statue of Annie Moore, the 15-year-old Irish girl who was the first passenger registered through the immigration station, December 20th, 1891? Have you walked the floors of the Great Hall or stood along the same railings where upwards of 5,000 people a day waited to be processed, clutching their children and everything they own as they file through inspection lines for acceptance or rejection? Have you seen firsthand the pictures of the millions of immigrants who sacrificed so much to come to the new land where they believed the streets were paved with gold? This year, the Kelley Intermediate School in Newark, New York, is proud to announce it will begin its 9th year of including immigration studies into its curriculum. Under the inspired guidance of Principal Christine Misro, Enrichment Specialist Bobby Clifford, and Robin Ross, Kelley Intermediate School began a partnership with Young Audiences of Rochester in 2003. The results of that collaboration have been hugely successful. Teaching artist Barnetta Carter came on board that first year and began an 8-week residency integrating various theater disciplines into the studies. She challenged the students to become the very immigrants they were learning about. They wrote biographies, collected keepsakes, and stepped into the roles of real immigrants by speaking and dressing the parts. The residency concluded with a culminating event called Ellis Island Day. For well over an hour, the students got to experience what it was like to go through registration, be examined for diseases, exchange monies, buy train tickets, and be deported. In the 9 years this program has been in place, it has grown into an inspiring and highly successful educational unit. The end results are the model for arts in education, learning and comprehension through studies and role-playing. This spring, Kelley Intermediate School wants to raise the bar even higher. It is our intention to take the entire 5th grade class to Ellis Island. Imagine what that would mean to the students. They'll get a chance to walk the floors of the Great Hall, the very same registry room where immigrants underwent medical and legal inspections before being allowed into the United States. They can see the Treasures from Home display, which contains more than 2,000 possessions, ranging from clothes to toys, items the immigrants left behind. There's a replica dormitory room, crammed floor to ceiling with narrow bunks. And one of the most striking features of Ellis Island lies outside behind the main building, the Wall of Honor, which contains the names of over 600,000 immigrants whose descendants contributed donations to have their names inscribed there. The Immigration Museum relates the story of Ellis Island by placing the emphasis on personal experience, which makes it very powerful and deeply moving. For some of the students, this might be the only time they get a chance to see the world that lies beyond the borders of their home community. And for others, it might be the inspiration that keeps them in school, ignites their passion for learning, inspires them to become a better student, perhaps even a more compassionate, tolerant individual. Kelley Intermediate School believes the Immigration Unit and Ellis Island Day are substantive educational components. They provide an all-important look into our history so our students may more thoroughly understand who and why we are as a people, so they can confidently step into the future with kind and compassionate hearts. We are certain those ideals will be effectively brought to the forefront of our students' thinking by a visit to Ellis Island. In the weeks ahead, it is our hope to establish a small core group of benefactors who will see the rewards and merit of such a trip and oversee the financial component of this endeavor. The investment is minimal, the rewards life-changing. Here is the chance for hundreds of our students to proudly say, "I've been to Ellis Island. Have you?" We hope we can add you to our list of contributors. Thank you.
Bright Shines on living the journey to America. History was brought to life at the Kelley School in Newark today, which was transformed into the reception center at Ellis Island.
Germany. What's your name? What's your name?
Where are you from? Realizing what immigrants went through to be here.
Immigration people have a very hard life getting to America.
Next. There you go. You're right here.
Living the experience.
Because they had to go through all the registration and some of them were sick.
I'm trying to find a translator for this man. He doesn't speak English.
Students dressing the part, living the role, bringing history out of the textbook.
Welcome to the United States.
They have been working on a particular immigrant, so they know their country, they know the reason why they're leaving, they know why they're coming to America, and have an idea of what their occupation is going to be.
It's important because you get to experience how other people realize their lives and how hard it was for them to understand things back then.
How was Sturge?
Crowded and warm and very bumpy. Not so good.
So tonight at Bright Shines in the Kelley School in Newark, bringing history to life, bumps and all.